Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy, P Funk, thinking right out here in my lab, in the book, in the wee hours of the morning. But I got a nice lesson, continuation for the last one. This is going to be, oh yeah. Dietary rules from the temple of our set. They strict about their rules. Let's get into it. Writisms, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I'll give you life lessons. You tune in to receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking, mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reach spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get it together. So I asked the question, do you know you? Oh, you will when I'm through. It's rhetorical, but if you know how to answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. Appreciate it. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to Maya. Be true. We in the book, we just talked about the rules that they set forth in the temple of our set. They strict about their dietary rules. So let's talk about it. This is the dietary guidelines for spiritual and physical health. Okay? First thing is preventing fatness, obesity. Okay? This issue is very important, even if those without spiritual aspiration, regardless, you still want to take care of your body. Some people who are overweight will claim that they are happy and content as they are. I had a big brother, big all his life, hated it, okay? Nothing listen. But they ain't know. But instead of doing something about it, they go ahead and do it. So I don't have no sympathy for them. When I got to be 240 pounds, my pants waist went to a size 40. I said, hell no, I'm done. And now I'm back down to 180 pounds. Why? I did something about it. Not this, put the work in, like I do everything else. But that's the only way anything gonna work. All right, so same thing with the philosophy that I'm teaching. You got to put the work in. And some people, right there, some scientists claim to have discovered, a gene in the human system which causes propensity to become overweight. Yeah, it's called eating, gluttony, greed. If you eat moderately, if you exercise moderately, your weight won't be a problem. So I don't co-sign that one. Okay, again, I have an opinion. I just don't agree with it. If it's scientifically proven, still, I don't agree with it. Okay, like Christians, y'all, they don't give a damn what y'all say about that book. They still gonna believe it. So we all got our belief system that, again, once you believe, you can't get educated. You cut off your reason to get enlightened. I believe that means nothing change. Once again, all of our body characteristics are pretty much due to our past karmic history or experiences and desires. Not only is in this lifetime, but again, in previous ones as well. Keep telling you, we reincarnated. Why? Because the body, who had this body last time, didn't reincarnate the spirit, so the body died, his conscience died. I got it. I woke it up. Ding, 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 ding. He didn't. Moving on. And you gotta remember, your karmic history of the experiences that you went through in previous lifetimes. Physical weight is like physical objects. which is possessed, right? The more you have, the more you try to what? Hold on to. And the more stress you have trying to what? Enjoy and hold on to things. That's the fact of life for most people. They got to get it. They got to have it. When they get it, they got to have it. They got it. They got to protect it. They got all that. That's nerve-wracking. No peace. But your desires of the flesh, such as eating, have a grounding effect on your soul. Why? Because they engender what? The desire as well as strong emotions. They engender desire for what? To experience the physical pleasures of what? Consuming food. Some people like to eat. Some people like to drink. Some people like to smoke weed. Some people like to do drugs. Whatever it is that you like, we ain't saying don't, but you got to be moderate with it, or what? Too much of one thing ain't good. Too much of a good thing ain't too good. So moderately, that's what Mayat represents. Equanimity. Keep the balance. And when you have a consumption for food, when your desires of the flesh, the physical body, is going to crave what? Food. And desires of the body, as well as strong emotions, such as what? Hate, greed, jealousy, envy, gluttony, etc. Those are all flesh things. Cardinal says that the body, the flesh wants, the ego. I'm about to tell you less about sacrifice. These are things that if you can do without, that's what you call sacrifice. But these are things that you can't do without, that's called an addiction. I've been God conscious now for over 15 years. And not that time have he told me he want me to sacrifice any damn thing except something that I desire. That makes sense? A lot more than I gotta go kill a chicken, I gotta go kill a bird, I gotta go kill a cat. For what? Oh, sacrifice. To who? Don't even think about my damn kids or family or human beings. Are you out of your damn mind? Stop with that. It's all symbolical. I keep telling you, they got it wrong when they started making the mythological, the allegorical stories, try to make them literal to prove their point. No, they're stories. So are yours. Lies. Why? Because it ain't literal. Tell them that. But again, low-level thinking, desires of the flesh, that's the fight that you have within yourself. The moral fight. Do what's right. I just did a lesson. It ain't easy doing what's right. Try it. Try just doing what's right. Not what you like, what you feel, not what you want, but do what you know is right. That's effort. That's hard work. Okay. But in all these things had an effect on what? On rendering your mind to be insensitive to spirituality. You could care less. Why? You want what you want. That's the ego. The ego's all material world is the ego, aka y'all call him the devil. This is his domain. If you crave pleasures of the flesh, money, material things, you egotistical. But if money don't drive you, man, you crazy. You call me, label me crazy, but I'm spiritually crazy. See, you materially insane, right? Okay, you said it. No, that's what's crazy because you believe this is all good. I know that when this is over, my spirit is good. It's yours. And no matter how much money you got, how much material stuff you got, you can't buy your way into the afterlife. Move on. That's what this is all about. What for me? Some people know something different. Where was I at that? I lost my space. Here, well, okay, right here. Desires of the body, such as eat. Okay, I've got that here. Okay, yeah. Excess in weight on the body causes immutable health problems to arise. Never mind overloading the chakras and blocking the kundalini. Weight is an issue, and they knew that, so they made it a point. Watch this. You can change the future condition of your body. Anybody who have lost weight will tell you if they did, yeah, but they put work in. But that same work you put in, that you got all that weight on you, had you put that work at the beginning, you wouldn't have to be taking it off now. But the fact that you did, you could, yeah, I give you that, but Been there, done that too. When I realized I'd had enough, no, my man, I don't need nobody tell me nothing. I got my ass in the gym. Still in there, right now. Why? I want to be old. So being fat, you won't get old. Ain't no old fat people. Moving on. Think about it. All right, but your body is, you can change the future condition of your body by what? First, mentally coming to grips and realizing and resolving to change what? Yourself. And then what? Implying what? Self-effort. Right here. Ding, 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 ding. They say self-effort. I say putting in the work. It's the same thing. You say tomato, I say tomato. Okay? Same thing. But the point is understanding that you doing the work. Self-effort in that what? Direction, while at the same time invoking and keeping the netacosmic forces, the divine energies of God to assist your quest for what? Self-improvement. Call on the gods. Call on the spirits, whatever you want. But call on the cosmic forces that you learn to master for yourself and help you out what? To improve yourself. That's what they're saying. Excuse me. And this will not be easy. Nah, it ain't never is. And since the temptations, here you go, of food is a very great, temptation. Sex, food, a whole bunch of stuff. But when the body has a desire for food, some people think it's okay. Until what? Man, that's what happens. And it is all related to what? Your first energy center. Oh, I love this. The subtle spiritual body, which the Uranus, Kundalini, we call it what? Serpent power. I just gave you all that information, so this should not be too new to you. Watch this. And it is a force which needs to be what? Controlled. Your ego is a force that needs to be controlled. The first thing. Why you think that is? Why is this? It needs to be in control in order for you to proceed on the spiritual path. The ego have to be dealt with. As part of that's like David and Goliath. David didn't flinch when he had to deal with Goliath. Why? He was comfortable with himself, know who he was, and know what he had to do. That's why. What's the problem? Y'all all freaking out. Muhammad Ali, he had to fight my man Foreman, and everybody was scared to death. Yeah, but Muhammad Ali knew what he was doing. Again, when you have your stuff together, you don't give a damn who out there. I don't care about my opponent. Could care less. I'm going to give him my best effort. And if that ain't good enough, I got to shake his hand and say, you're a better man than me. Okay, move on. That's competition. But if I ain't prepared, I don't stand a chance. And if they ain't prepared, I'm going to kick their ass because I'm prepared. Moving on. But that's life. That's the battle you got to be ready. Why? I'm going to kick Satan's ego. What do y'all want to call him? I got him in a chokehold. He don't mess with me. That's why. Every now and then, the ego... I had to, man, whoa, I'm gonna let that thing out. Because he dying to get out. You know how that is. But as a part of your spiritual programming, beginning controlling your intake of whatever it is that you trying to get rid of, and you start, if it's food, you start gradually, on a daily basis. Anything that you just can't stop cold turkey, no, they ain't saying that. But you start weaning yourself off, so to speak. Okay, gradually. But you're doing something. You're starting to put something into motion. Going the other way. Stop going. If the way you're going the wrong way, all you got to do, turn around and just start walking the other way. Simple as that. And that's what they're telling you. And you got to do this on a daily basis. Remember, everything that's improving you have to be done daily. Not every now and then. Not willy-nilly. Not when you feel like it. Daily. That's our creed. Even if you cut back on whatever it is, a teaspoon, don't make a difference per day until you reach that level of intake, which will what? Which will support your normal weight for your body structure. I'm 180, where I need to be, perfect. So when you're there, you did the job. Now, your continued job, to keep you there. As I mentioned, maybe that. Simple. Be especially watchful of yourself in respect to what? Your bad habits. You know what they are. You know what you're right and wrong. So you got to make the decision to what? Not do what you know is wrong. That's all you got to do. I just told you. Doing right ain't easy. I pride myself on it. Why? Because that's hard work. And I know a lot of people ain't gonna put their work in. So yeah, I brags about it. Why? I'm doing it. And if somebody hating on you for doing good, leave them alone. Simple. Moving on. But question is, do you eat out of habit? Do you eat for pleasure or out of necessity? Your choice, your call. Again, you have to be able to make these decisions for yourself. Yoda, your own decision advisor. That means your knowledge, understanding should make decisions for you. No right from wrong, pros and cons. Is it good for me, bad for me? More bad than good, don't do it. God went to Doc, said, Doc, it hurt every time I do that. Doc said, don't do that. Duh. If it ain't bringing you what you want, stop doing it. Whatever it is. Sorry, but that's the point. It don't know. I don't pick and choose. I just follow along. I just do what the philosophers say do. Now, if you eat out of what? A habit or for pleasure, you must break the cycle by engaging in what? Some other activities when that desire arises. Same thing with sex. When you get horny, first thing you want to do, go find a porn or do something else. Semen retention, young man. Don't use that thing. Okay, yeah, but again, those are sacrifices a lot of us ain't willing to make. That's why you won't get the result that you would if you make the sacrifice. The benefits will be yours. Okay, not make the sacrifice, you can't benefit from that. But it means doing exercise, deep breathing, functioning, studying. Some people chant, call a fellow practitioner for support. See, these are the things that if you know the problem, this is how you solve the problem. The serpent power will be discussed in a minute in detail in two future sections. They have audio tape, Kundalini, WRIGHT yoga workshop, and cleansing meditation number 101. Natural wines and other natural brewed drinks are acceptable in what? Small quantities, moderation. They ain't saying don't. They ain't saying give. But don't overindulge in anything. But, however, you will notice that as you purify yourself, you notice you will not be able to what? Tolerate even a small amount of what? Intoxicants. I don't want the drug. I don't need drugs. I tell people, been there, done that, yeah. But if you need them, that's the problem. You can desire them, you can want them, yeah, I'm curious, but when it becomes a need, that's the problem. That's what I'm saying. And that's go for anything. Distilled liquor is not a natural substance. Out of there. All you guys like that hooch, can't do it. All right, man, listen, I've been around a while. And it's distilled. Remember that? I know guys that know it. Well, my hometown had distillery, so I know about that too. Now people carry hooch in their little flasks. They got the little jelly jars, all that. Remember them days? Oh, I might be telling my age, but yeah, I don't drink, never did. All right, but it is processed into a potent form. That white man, when he came here, the Indians were stealth. They move quiet. When they come up, you don't even know that. By the time they hit, yeah. That's them. When that white man gave them that damn spirits, that alcohol, woo, they ain't caught snuck up on nobody since. So yeah, that's a potent, okay, a potion from which your injuries to the body and is therefore not suitable for consumption at all, for use for those advancing in spiritual path. Righteous, good people don't drink alcohol, so everybody understand that. Okay, but the same philosophy applies to narcotics. Sex. What you? Yeah. Hello. See, y'all want to pick and choose what you like, and when it's something no, I don't want that. No. If you sick, and I tell you this gonna make you better, how it tastes like shit. Well, okay, you rather be sick or take some shit. That's gonna make you better. At a certain point in time, your logic and reason your desire to survive, I'll give that next lesson, will kick in. And all right. Anybody ever have mushrooms? Cow shit? Okay, from in the cow patch, I go get them, and you gotta hold your nose to eat them to get high. Been there, done that too. Then you go tip the damn cows. Peyotes and tipping cows. Okay? Moving on, but narcotics. Okay, back to this. Excuse me, I got off to that. But no narcotics. So if you want to get to the next level, you want to reach that high level, you can't. Ayahuascas, I know about all that. DMT, acid, all that. I've been there. I know about all of them. I'm with my man Dia. He said he tripped one time and he tried something else one time. Shami, to enhance. He said, man, I don't need that. Why? I can go there without that shit. My mystic, who I follow, Sadi Guru, about 10 years told me, if you need something to get you to God, that ain't God that you're getting to. I agree 100%. So if you want to use substance to get there, that's artificial. That's a drug-induced enlightenment. That's not real. It's artificial. It's drug-induced. The real one, when you sit down and you commune, and you meditate, and you do it that way. I don't subscribe to other stuff. None of it. Simple as that. Moving on. But all others, no recreational drugs of those distort what? The spiritual perception while damaging your physical body also. Everything you put in your body, if it ain't helpful, it's harmful. Simple as that. I got to tell you, this is my favorite right here. I got high on God about 15 years ago. I'm still high as a kite. And I done did a mini drug. And I ain't never been this high this long. No drugs. All spirit in mind. And that's the beautiful thing. Why? I don't need nothing to do it with. When I see people, man, yeah. Really? I can go there with you. I ain't got to snip and do a damn thing. That's the difference. That's the power of having self-knowledge and self-mastery over this thing on your shoulders, okay? No recreation juice because it distorts the physical, spiritual perception. And watch this. No drug can produce a high which can be compared to spiritual bliss. I agree 100%. God damn it, I'm still I know people, they got this new drug. They got them thinking they God and they're on the mission, they've been chosen, they got to save the world. I don't want that. I don't want that. Hell to the no. In this new crave. They guinea pigging these people. Why? They hitting that message in their brain and sends them on that trip, but don't bring them back. They take them out there. They ain't got the seatbelt on. They just keep going. I just heard a friend of mine said after a 6-month intense treatment, they come back. Ain't no more little 90-day rehab now. They say, no, dog. You need a while. And I agree 100%. So moving on, but that's the concept. But when you can elevate your consciousness without no drug-induced, that's the true awakening. Therefore, in order for you to resolve or leave all drugs behind and become intoxicated with what? Spiritual feelings and the aspiration of what? Being one with God. You ain't getting no higher than that. You can be a Christian and get it. You can be a Muslim and get it. You can be a Jew and get it. But you can't be ignorant of self and get it. Work got to be put in. And you got 3, 4, and 5. I done did 1 and 2. 2 with the natural wine. This is 3, 4, and 5. Watch this to break down. Once again, the main format for spiritual education and enlightenment, there's 3 steps. 3 is listening to the teachings. I'm a attentive listener. Why? I want to learn. And when I don't know something, I'm all ears. When I'm around somebody who got something I want, I'm all ears. I won't talk until I got something to say about whatever I heard. 2. This is 4. That was 3. This is number 4. Constant study. Why? Show yourself improved. I stay in my books to try to give information I think is pertinent to my Right Thing follows. That's why. So that's what I do. These are the format that if you know them, if you follow them, you know the results. Watch this. Number 5. Constantly studying and reflecting on the teachings and what implementing them when daily. Remember. Number 5. Daily meditation on the meaning of the teachings that you're learning. It don't make sense to get all that knowledge, learn all that information, and do nothing with it. When I was getting it, I was just, getting it for myself. I was selfish at that time. I'm still learning. Wait a minute. Hold up. Man. So here I am, 10 years later, still doing this, helping someone else to know themselves. All right. You take note. It is important to note here that the same teachings, watch this, which was practiced in ancient Egypt, 1, listening, 2, reflecting upon and meditating upon the teachings as the same process that they use in the Vedanta philosophy and the Jnana Yoga, which is still being practiced today. When something works, it just continues to go. Knowledge, true knowledge will just keep going generation after generation. I went back and got this. This ain't nothing new about my stuff. Nothing. I like that. All right, let's give you a couple of phrases from the Book of Coming Forth by Day. Oh, Lord. Okay, we almost there. I hate doing it. All right, I see the clock, but this is teaching. I'm doing my job. Chapter 30b of the Book of Coming Forth by Day states, this utterance, heka, words of power, shall be recited by a person who's purified and washed, one who has not eaten animal flesh or fish. They was vegetarian, they was vegans. No meat. Okay? And chapter 137a of the Book of Coming Forth by Day states this, and behold, these things shall be performed by one who is clean, pure, and is ceremonially pure. Bam! A man who hath eaten neither meat nor fish, and who have not had intercourse with a woman, and it also applies with the women having intimacy with another, intercourse with a man as well. So the same rule goes for both parties. Abstinence is a must. Why? Sexual tension, sexual retention keeps that sexual energy inside you. It goes back up and it helps it add years to your life. Did you know that? Nope. But that's the tree of life. That's the tree of life that sprouts what? Fruit 12 times a year. Once a month. It's a purification process. That's why. I heard that question years ago. I said, what the hell? So when you study and you learn, then you get the answer that you're looking for. If you don't know, find somebody who do and ask. Wrapping it up. But in the mysteries of the story of Asard, I said, Set represents who? Your lower nature, your human nature. And Haru represents the higher nature. That's the spirit that's in me and you from our father Asar. Set, which represents what? The ego quality that's also in us that killed our father Asar and usurped the throne, which was rightfully or should belong to who? Me and you, Haru, his offspring, the heirs of the throne. This is all about us personal. Think of it like that. It's your spiritual journey through life. Become what? Haru. What's that? The hero, the spirit that's in you. That's my man Campbell. He do that good. The journey, the hero journey through life. They had every hero father come back and tell him, give him a heads up. He ain't came back yet. I laughed when my mama said, well, I know why he came back. Ahmed got his ass. Well, who Ahmed? My mom got a clue about this, so don't worry about it. He won't get you. You good. You gonna pass. When you go to Judgment Day and you ain't got your stuff together, you don't care. You're gonna be judged. But just that. And you had a hell of a run. He said, we had a hell of a run. But dude, it was all wrong. And you liked it. You loved that. Moving on. Again, you are the Son of God. S-O-N. And Asar was considered God. In various renderings of the characteristics of Set. Watch this. It is stated that Set is what? Promiscuous. Set would have sex with man or woman. Okay, he didn't care. He was bisexual. Okay, he didn't care. Moving on. Back then, it was frowned upon. 42 Confessions by God says, I don't do that. Man on man, we ain't doing that. Woman on woman ain't cool either. Most interestingly is what? That both Haru and Set are what? Both vegetarians. We okay. Their favorite food, and I laughed to myself because I'm gonna let this man, my son, leave that on the line. I ain't tell anybody that, but I said I like lettuce too. Therefore, we are to understand, what's this, that veganism increases your potential for spiritual advancement and for the vital sexual force. Brings energy up, get you going, okay? Y'all taking them little pill around nonsense, I ain't into that. But with this understanding, watch this, let me take it on home. It is clear that control of one's sexual urges to conserve your potential spiritual energy and the purification of a good diet are what? Necessary practices on the spiritual path, which will enable you, the aspirant, to achieve an increased spiritual sensitivity. The more spiritual you get, the more caring, the more loving, the more open you get. It's just a different way of dealing with people. Some people already got the heart chakra open, but that ain't enough to get you to heaven. Having a good heart is good. Now you got to put the discernment with it. Why? To decide who to give your love and kindness to. You can't just give it to everybody. God don't bless everybody. Moving on. Let them earn it. Prove it. And when right thinking philosophy is practiced daily correctly, what happened? Now the conserved energy can be transformed into what we call spiritual energy. That's years on your life, okay? By what? Directing that energy through the various energy centers of the body, Kundalini, until it what finally reaches the center of intuitional vision, aka the eye of Haru, the Ujat. Okay? Let me have this up right here. A most important point here to remember is when beginning practices for the purification of your body is that you should be implemented gradually. These things should be increasing as you go. Practice daily. And preferably, you need to have the instructions of a supervisor or a sage or spiritual preceptor, a sabbat, of an experienced person, authentic. If these changes result in an inability to perform your daily duties, that means it's too much for you. Then they are too extreme. Slow it down, back it down. Everything what? In balance. You need to be able to put it in your life where it don't throw everything out of kilter. That's what they try to tell you. Put it in perspective. Why? Because the key to advancement in any area is to steady, and balanced practice. What that mean? That means there must always be balance between the practical life and your spiritual life. Some people, you can't take church to work. Some people do. Some people church all day. Praise the Lord. You are who you are. I ain't got a problem with that. Okay. But that's what they said. Be able to separate the two. In this way, now your spiritual advancement is occurring in what they call an integral fashion, in increments, in degrees, a process. That's how it's done. And it begins to what? Intensify in every area of your life rather than just one particular area exclusively. Again, spread it out and let it work for you as you go along. Use it as needed. Like medicine, use it as prescribed. If you got pain, when pain coming on, depending on how much you rate, take a pill. Okay, that's the concept. With a philosophy that you live by, whatever you got, you can sit down, meditate on it, and deal with it. All that active food and I need a drink, I gotta do this, deal with the situation, that's bullshit. Excuses, escape. I can't take it. I mean, you can't take it. Moving on, that's just my, at this point, I used to be the same way. Man, give me joining me. I can't, yeah, same thing, escape. Yeah, I understand, I get it. But when you have self-mastery, you don't need no help to escape reality. You stay in reality. I don't leave it. Even in my dreams, I lucid dream. So I'm comfortable with what my state of mind, 24/7. And when you live in life in balance and understanding all your areas, what happened? This will intensify in every area of your life. What's this? Rather than just one particular area exclusively. Why? Because all areas must be mastered. Secular or as well as non-secular. Secular means it ain't gonna do with religion. I don't give a crap about religion. I practice a philosophy again. But in order to transcend the world process of the illusion of time and space and to overcome your ego self, you had to what? Know you. Become conscious of who you are, aka Nihas, by putting the work in. And since your physical body and all worldly attainments are what? Changeable and fleeting. Why? It ain't gonna be around long. And ultimately perishable. Okay, that's why. To be scared of death makes no sense. The spirit don't die. If you're spiritually enlightened, that's what you do know. So if you fear death, you ain't spiritually enlightened. And moving on, again, perishable. But if you thinking you're mortal, you think you're human, you're going to die with the body. It would be wise to what? To pursue my spiritual concepts, a way of life, which now directs your mind toward what? Understanding the true self and not pursue what? Health, or in the end, not to pursue health as an end in itself, but as a means to your own growth and spiritual evolution, mind, body, and soul. If the body is not in harmony with the mind and the spirit, you're going to have problems. That's called being diseased. The body is diseased, no harmony. Okay, it's out of whack. And where we at? Now, which will what? Continue even after death of your physical body. But if you have not attained spiritual enlightenment, Scooby-Doo, roll, up to the time of your physical death, party's over. The holistic development of an individual must be directed to what? Achieving a state of what? Consciousness, aka self-knowledge, mastery of self, which is not dependent on your physical body. Why? For peace and comfort. It's all mental. The body is just an instrument in which you have created through what? Your thoughts to allow Mama Pata to utter himself into existence. That's the concept. You put yourself here through what? Thoughts, and to allow you to pursue the goal of what? Spiritual enlightenment, and thereby coming in the physical form to experience the fullness and of life as a human being. You come here for X amount of time. You got X amount of time to get it right. If not, the spirit will jump ship when the body dies and go find another body. If it's enlightened, that's a beautiful thing, because it's going home. And I explained to you and try to make it clear, life, the spirit that's in us, is God's gift to us. Purifying it by enlightening it, putting it back together, and sending it back home is your gift to him. Hope you got the concept. I think it's real easy to understand. But, I got next to come to you. How to attain purity of the heart. Good question. I got the answer for it right here in the book. I'll be right back. Right Thinkers, I appreciate you tuning in. No, it wasn't no long. It seemed to get longer. The views are getting shorter, but I'm teaching, so that's what I'm here to do for you. And in closing, may you all live to be 100. Me 100 minus the day. So I know that my right thinkers have passed away. I'll be right back.